your glove's power, and now you want to find me.
Gotta find Mama.
You don't know what's making the Miasma.
Guerrilla warfare isn't easy to do in turn-based strategy. Sneaking in, staying hidden, and choosing your targets is as far as it goes. Miasma Chronicles adds extra layers to that strategy, such as elevation and pre-battle target elimination. Every battle encourages you to learn about the environment, about your character's abilities, and asks you to make the best of a bad situation. Throw in an intriguing post-apocalyptic landscape, and you are immersed in the guerrilla tactical experience.
Miasma Chronicles is not perfect, and there are some glaring flaws that impact the game. In fact, when concepts don't work the way they are supposed to, enjoyment quickly turns into frustration. Thankfully though, the good outweighs the bad, and you will enjoy this new twist on turn-based strategy. If you love the desolate worlds bearded ladies have made that's to be enjoyed from the overhead, top-down perspective, then you'd love seeing the world of Miasma Chronicles. It's gray, dying, and scatter among the ruins or glimmers of a future society like ours, but with a dash bit of Americana jingoism being thrown in. If you love the political commentary of Fallout, Horizon, and even Death Stranding to some extent, you'll find the world building charming and captivating. And despite the monotonous color palette seen in the first few hours, the game still conjures up some strong art direction, making the locations memorable in some form. The many fun signboards found in the dilapidated theme park Gator Zone, advertisements of a corporation from the future's past, gore, bones and corpses left after a pack of monsters attack a settlement. The world filled with those swirling miasma is beautiful to behold, though the animations still do look a little rough around the edges. The janky movements of going out of cover, vaguely aim the weapon at the target, a tepid shooting animation plays, then awkwardly shuffling back into cover is just as janky as the XCOM games. The moment-to-moment gameplay in Miasma Chronicles is pretty straightforward. Your characters have guns, some active and passive abilities, and in some cases, special moves, glove powers. You can shoot the occasional hazard for bonus damage, use items, and that's about it. However, what sets this game apart is everything that happens before a combat encounter pops off. As you approach a group of enemies, you can go into a sort of stealth mode, which lets you set your team up for the impending brawl. During this phase, you can place your teammates individually and kickstart the fight with an ambush, as long as you can avoid getting caught. This sounds neat, but the best part is when you get silent weapons, allowing you to start picking off enemies before the combat officially begins. This adds a puzzle-like layer to fights if you're willing to engage, giving tons of extra utility to your sneakier characters besides sniper rifle distance shots. While I appreciate the pre-combat rituals, Miasma Chronicles otherwise feels pretty slow. Progress feels stagnant, with hours passing between things like new weapons or abilities. Fights can drag on for quite a while, with your party doing way less damage per hit than your foes. Those glove powers are neat, but they take up a ton of energy, which doesn't come back on its own. These factors all put together make for a game that often dangles cool stuff in front of you, then yanks it away because the hardcore tactics need to happen first. The customization is simple and satisfactory, ranging from weapons and their attachments to the skill deck, which gives you access to a variety of passive and active skills. The menu is easy to navigate, and each upgrade effect that you take does feel significant as a whole, and you can definitely see and feel the difference in combat encounters after leveling up. What is also great is that the upgrades that you slot on your weapons, such as scopes and mods, also reflect on the weapon model itself, which is a neat little attention to detail that adds to the overall aesthetic of the game. In any case, who is this game actually for? I believe fans of the turn-based genre would definitely appreciate this more, as the game is quite challenging and really makes you think when approaching battle scenarios. While the issues mentioned above are not specific and your results may vary depending on the hardware that you are using, the game as a whole does provide a good experience overall, which I hope to see more of in the future.